Some of you guys have asked me what kind of plugins I use, and a quick answer to that would be EQ, compressors, delay, reverb, and so on. I'm going to show you what I prefer to use, just so this is a quick shout out for what plugins I use in my DAW. So this is a song that I mixed for the Pro Academy. As you can see, I have used Logic EQ a lot. I usually grab it to just do some quick EQing. I usually use that EQ to take away frequency that I don't like. So let's see, here I have something that I call pre-master. I use pre-master because on my master bus I don't like to have any plugins like compressors, limiters. I like to have my stereo master bus clean. So I started doing this because of the CPU load, and that was on my old computer many years ago. I found out that if I had a pre-master, the CPU didn't hit so hard on just the one thread. It kept evening it out a bit. What plugins do I use? I use a lot of Slate Digital. I use a lot of Sound Toys. That's my main plugins that I like. I like Waves. Let's see what I've been using here. I like things from Valhalla. I think they have incredible, cheap but very, very good reverbs that I use. So let's take it top down. So this is my mastering plugin that I use. It's from Slate Digital. It's the FGX. What I really like about this plugin, it's dead simple. You have this button for constant gain monitoring. So if I turn up the gain here, the level that I hear doesn't increase. And the reason why that is so brilliant is I really can hear the changes being done without the volume being raised, because volume up always tends to sound better, but it's not really better, it's just louder. Then I really can hear what is the compressor doing and so on. So I really like this plugin. Here I have a tape machine. This is the VTM from Slate. This is the first plugin that I put on my mix before doing anything. I just put on VTM because I like to mix through it. I'm treating this the same as how it was before, because before you had a console going to the tape. So that's why I have a tape at the end. So this is a plugin from Waves, linear phase multiband. So I learned a trick from Greg Wells. He was producing Mika, his first album, and he was sitting there mixing, and he just put on this plugin at the end, and then suddenly Mika just jumped up and said, "Wow, now it sounds like a record." I tried to copy a bit of what he did that time, but now I obviously tweak it a lot. But what he said, start on multi-electro mastering and then work from there. And this is a multiband compressor, and it really glues the final bit of mix together. So I really like using this one. This is a compressor from Slate Digital. This is the FG Gray. It's emulating SSL bus compressor. So basically what this does is gluing everything together at the master bus. And the second plugin that I start with is this one. So first the tape machine, and then I put on the bus compressor before I start mixing. I'll also mix into this one. So if I hit play, you're gonna see how it doesn't really do much. It just takes off about a dB or something around the mix. And one of the plugins that I use the most is Virtual Mix Rack from Slate. And that is a container, and inside the container we have a lot of plugins. Slate Digital has something that they call the Everything Bundle. You pay, I think it's $14 or $15 a month. The thing that you do is you rent these plugins. So you get everything that they come out with into this package. So here you can see I have compressors, EQ, harmonic, master plugins. This is a trimmer, it's only a gain knob. A Revival is a free plugin that he has. So you can get this plugin here for free. I'll show you. So what it does, it has shimmer and it has thickness. So thickness gives you that bottom end that you like, and shimmer gives you this high air, this niceness. It's beautiful. And you also got these wonderful preamps. I'm a sucker for Neve. I really like the Neve sound. So what you got here, we have the drive knob from that preamp, and you have the trim to adjust volume, and you have a phase switch. So what I really like with this is pushing it about 40 and then just hear how it sounds. I really like that one. You also have this is Telefunken. This is emulated from Abbey Road, and it has a bit more tight sound. This is a lot warmer. And at the compressors, he has his own 1176 from Universal Audio, different types, 3 types. He has his own compressor that eventually combines different compressor into one. Bomber is a transient enhancer of some sort. I use it on drums, I use it on the spoken word if I can record a voiceover. He has Monster. This is on the 1176. Let's put this one up. This compressor had, if you put all the buttons in, you got this crazy compression. So Monster is all buttons in, and even he has got a push knob so you can get it even crazier. I use this on room mics, something that I really want to crush, to get all that room ambience out of something. It's really nice. And also he has a distressor. This is maybe my most used compressor nowadays, because this compressor emulates every compressor, and I have one time tried the real distressor, and I really liked it in that studio I was in. But now I have it here and I can use as many of them as I want. So I use Virtual Mix Rack. That's maybe my main plugin for EQing, compressing the signal to the way I really like it. This is the decapitator. Decapitator is 5 different amplifiers in one. So you can choose, you have A, E, N, T, and P. That's different styles, different amplifiers that you can use. Just on the fly, I only remember what the N stands for. The N stands for Neve. So you have the drive knob, and when you drive, you can see the output goes down. So it doesn't, the volume doesn't increase that much. You can have low cut, tone shaping, high cut, and a mix knob, and also a punish. So if you hit punish, you get really distorted signal. I use this on a lot of things, especially on bass. So the bass, I have put a lot of distortion on. So distortion also is kind of a compressor. So if you have a distorted signal, you have less dynamics in it. So that's why I like to have a bit of distortion on the bass guitar, and sometimes I have a lot of distortion on the bass guitar. That depends on the song. If it's a really rock driven song, I have a lot of distortion going on the bass. I have got the effect rack from Soundtoys. Let's turn on that. So here you can see the decapitator. That's a plugin that I just shown you. I have the Devil Lock. This is also distorting the signal, and you have control of the dark. If you give more darkness, you get more bottom end to the signal. This is real good on electric guitars, distorted vocals. And then you have Filter Freak. Basically, you can set 2 frequencies and it's gonna resonate like this. EQ. 2 EQ points going like this, and you can adjust the tempo so it goes faster or just sweeping slow. So this can be a cool effect to add a bit of movement in your song. Especially like to use this on pads that's just lying there, and I want some movement, and you can get that by doing this resonance. Yeah, Pan Man is the same. You can automate the pan, so the pan goes from right to left, and you also can adjust the tempo, get it like that. Primal Tap, that's a really nice echo delay. What I really like with this one is the freeze knob, so I can freeze the delay so it goes on forever. That can be a bit very cool as an effect. You can automate this button, so you can put it on really at the moments that you like through the mix. Radiator is also a preamp. It has real nice low end and top end, and it works by driving the input, and then you have to lower the output so you get more juice into this. And it says heat here, and that's true, it's gonna give you heat. And then you have tremolo. I think tremolo is tremolo, but I really like this plugin because I use tremolo combined with other stuff, so it makes it easier for me to really find the effect that I'm looking for. Maybe the best or the second best, I'm not sure, because I showed you the decapitator. The thing that I really like here is this delay, Echo Boy. So Echo Boy is emulating all these different real known types of delays down here. You have the space echo, you have studio tape, Echoplex, that's a real known one. So you have them all down here. And you have things that on every delay, you have the feedback, you have the length of the note with mix, dry, wet, high cut, low cut, and all that. I like this because you can make it like a shuffle or a swing. You can make it rushing the beat or dragging back at, so you can really change the feeling. You have dual echo, ping pong, rhythm echo, and single echo. So this is a beast. I use this a lot on my mixes. Let's say I have the decapitator, and you have the tremolo going, yes, and maybe I want to put on the filter freak here. So when I have figured out the sound that I want here, like just everything is done, it could be too much, you know, and then you have this wonderful dry wet knob, so I can just take the effect back a bit, and also have output control here. Here I can see I've used trigger. This is the best drum trigger that I've used. So this is also from Slate Digital. In here I have full control of the samples that I use, and also can mix with the samples and the real drum sound to just fine tune it really good. Verb Suite, this is Slate's reverb. I use it all the time. Here you can see I have used Bricasti. Bricasti is a famous digital reverb, and you have chorus with pre-delay, attack. You have got an EQ section, and also dry, wet, and your gain. So this is really good reverb, and you get it in the Slate Digital bundle. I told you that I like Valhalla plugins. So Valhalla is really affordable. I think I bought this for 50 bucks. I'm using two here. We have Valhalla Plate, and here we have Valhalla Vintage Verb. They're two different beasts. The presets here are just beautiful. So I always start with a preset, and then I go and try to change the knobs here to get really what I want. And also, as you can see, this is all aux channels, so I never put my effects on audio track. So let's go to the vocal. Here I have the vocal, and you see I am sending the vocal to different buses. So 10 is the plate. So I'm sending the effect to the plate. Let's find the vocal again, 12 and 14. So let's see. I'm sending to the plate, 12 is a hall, and 13 is a ping pong delay. And also you can see here I actually have two. This is a crazy effect, I think, because I have first I have the Valhalla plate, and then going into Slates, and then going into Decapitator to really heavy distorted. So this is a distorted plate that I have tucked underneath. I also use plugins from Isotope. from iZotope. I have Alloy, I have Nectar 2, and I have the RX bundle. So I have D-Click, D-Clip, D-Hum, Dialogue, D-Noise. Trash 2 is a really awesome plugin from iZotope. You can really change the audio sound to the, you don't recognize it anymore. So you definitely could check that out. Yeah, and also have an imager I shown you in the other video. This is a free plugin, so you can get like more width in your audio using this. But you have to be careful because you can get phase cancellations if you go too crazy with it. Also another one that I saw here is, let's go to iZotope Vinyl. This is also something that I've been using, but this is as an effect. So you can dirty up the sound and you can get really creative with this. Let's say you want the intro of your song to sound like an old vinyl being played in a room. Then you're gonna use this plugin because you can put in wear, noise, dust, scratch, depth, mechanical noise and all that, and you can set it to, let's say this is going to be a record from 1950s going on inside the room. Then you can put this on the master bus, but what I do, I put it on an aux and I just blend it together with the original sound to get a more balanced sound. So here we go, that are the plugins that I use, but mostly I think that you can use the stock plugins in Logic or in Pro Tools or Cubase or FL Studio or what you're working on. There's definitely a lot of cool third-party plugins, but the DAW is packed with good plugins just from the start of. So learn those and then buy the third-party plugins if you need to, or if you want a different color, if you find it easier to work with. So have a good time. I see you guys in another video. Take care.